live. Do it. Do it. Do it. Go live. Hello, 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 everybody. Elise, you already got your freaking Dusty shirt? I don't even have mine yet. Or it might be at home. Was there anything on the porch? Maybe in the mailbox. Hopefully, my second annual Dusty shirt is waiting for me at home as well. I'm excited to get it. I'm very excited. Hope everybody's having a good week so far. What is today? Wednesday? Yeah. I think it is. I think it is. Hey, yo. Hey, yeah, QOD today. Are you going to be at the Dusties? It is Monday, 7 p.m. Central, and it is a premiere. So we're all going to be able to jump in live chat like it's alive. And it is going to be Amaze Balls. Amaze Balls. The team here has seen pieces of it. What do you guys think so far?
It's amazing.
Amaze Balls. Amaze Balls.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it might be better edited than some of the award shows that are on television.
It's better than
Tony Sparks says it. Yeah, it's. We'll see. I mean, we'll see. Here's
better than the Jay-Z Vanity show.
Here's the deal. Crystal asked to get off work early for it. Hell yes, that's awesome. Here's the deal. So Shane, who is our motion graphics maestro here at Stormcloud Marketing, caught the bug. What was it? Monday? Caught the bug. Caught the flu. Which Caden had last week and is going around. My mom's got it. My dad's got it now. Like, people are dropping like flies with this flu. And he dropped with it on Monday. So I ended up having to take over all the motion graphics for the Dusties, which was a really big undertaking on top of all the normal stuff that I've got. So I'm fried, absolutely fried, but I'm working my tail off to make sure this happens. And I don't know if I have the mental wherewithal or energy to do a live today, honestly, but I'm here. I'm here and we're going to make it happen. Just know that whatever happens today, I am frickin' fried. So I'm here. The show must go on. We're going to do this. But past 48 hours have been like a blitz for me. Just getting all the Dusties graphics and scenes and stuff exported and trying to put together the whole program. I can tell you right now, the program portion of this is going to be about an hour and a half long. And then at the tail end of that, we play the full-length all-winter videos, which is another almost 2 hours on top of that. So there's an hour and a half for the actual program. Then if you want to stick around afterwards and watch all the winning videos, there's another couple hours tacked on there too. So it is a lot of editing. It's a much bigger project than we typically take on. It's a bunch of stuff. It's a bunch. Hell no, we ain't in the live early, Rebecca. We're in this thing. We're in it for the long haul. I might be delirious and I might say a bunch of shit that doesn't make any sense, but so it's no different than a normal life, basically. Radiant Decay, your niece is going to be turning 33 the same day as the Dusties. It's my birthday as well, the Dusties. Dude, look, I'll show you.
I don't believe you.
You don't believe me?
No, because I'm seeing top speed.
Okay, well, it's a good thing I took a screenshot then.
Screenshots are wrong.
My screenshots are wrong. Here's the deal, folks. It's not showing me my screenshot now. This is a farce. This is a farce. No. Oh, there it is. Found it. Badink. Shortly before the live, I was looking at Live 360 to figure out if Candy Thunder was going to be back in time, and Live 360 said that she was going 62 on 7th Street, which is like 35, 45 in that stretch. So I called her and I was like, hey, you're not getting like pulled over right now, are you? And she's like, no, why? And I'm like, well, here's what Live 360 showed. And she didn't believe me. Luckily, I took a screenshot. I understand it's not what you're saying.
Up to 45.
I didn't fabricate the screen. I didn't get into Photoshop and mock up this 62 mile per hour Live 360 screen just to give you shit. That's something I would do, but I just don't have the time to do that kind of thing right now. You know what I mean? No.
I've been conditioned to believe that you would do that.
Wait a second. Hold up. Hold up. We got to bring Candy Thunder up for a second because I got to point out something. Hey, Tony Spark throwing down the first super of the live on the YouTube side says you guys will be blown away. Dusty has been kicking ass on the Dusties and it's sick. Hell yeah. It's good. Well, let's knock on wood because, the last Dusties were really good until the actual event too. So we'll see. Candy Thunder, ladies and gentlemen. She has a sweater with pearls. So if you need to clutch pearls today, is it like an all-over thing?
I feel like this is just a thing for you to try to...
To clutch your pearls?
Yes.
I would not do that on camera.
No. But it's totally happening, I'm sure.
Wait.
And I did not go 62. I 100% did not go 62 and a 45.
I believe her.
That's not my
Here's
thing.
the difference. I believe her. I believe Life 360 just showed me some bullshit. Meanwhile, she
stuck
doesn't
behind a dump
believe
truck.
me that I actually saw that.
No, I think that you saw that. I just think that it's wrong.
I get it.
You're wrong and I'm right. I'm right. That's basically how life works right now.
Okay. All right then. All right. Magic drop. If you're getting Chipmunk Dusty, you can you should be able to jump out of the app and jump back in. That fixes it for most people, but Natalie, that's terrible news. We'll do our best to keep you wildly or mildly entertained today. We'll see what happens. Donna Johnson dropped the $2 super set. I'm here after having a biopsy on my mouth. Thank you so much for the super. Holy crap. I hope everything turns out okay. Dang. Hey, Burning Motion, all good. All good. I wouldn't expect somebody to switch teams that they're rooting for in the Super Bowl just because of us. So we wouldn't do it. I'm going to root for the Chiefs no matter what, right? So, heck yeah. Trend jumping out is just a temp fix, and that could be until all of the TikTok stuff is stabilized so they can actually push an update. Mandy says, I know you're busy, but we need more uploaded on Spotify. Love to hear you too when I'm at work. That will be on the way, actually, because the Imperfect Storms podcast that we just recorded is actually going to drop right after the Dusties Monday night. And we'll push it on Spotify as well. So you'll have some new content there too. Heck yes. Hey, Paula Engel dropping the $5 super said, Dusty will buy a slice of cake and eat cake during the Dusties to celebrate your birthday. Yes. I think everybody should have cake during the Dusties. It's only fitting. Thank you so much for your very first super on a live, by the way. Appreciate that. Matt Hatter dropping the 5 said, Candy, I am right. Dusty, yes, dear. Whatever you say, dear. But it's because she is right. That's why I say yes, dear. Here's the bad part of me being delirious. I'm gonna say shit that gets me into trouble.
That happens every day.
But more so now.
Every single day.
Okay. Now, yeah, okay. Kitty Cat Queen, day off to recover from kidney stent replacement. That sounds like a terrible time. Terrible. Sherry, yes, the Dusties will be recorded. It's actually premiering on YouTube, so it's pre-recorded. It's dropping as a premiere, which is like a live, so it has a live chat, and everybody can engage the first time they see it. But you will be able to watch it anytime after that. It is there to stay, and it is not a members-only thing. It is for everybody. So the duct tape pattern? Well, no duct tape. Oh my goodness.
This is just our norm.
Yeah, this is absolutely just the norm. Let's go ahead and dive in, shall we?
We banter.
Banta?
We banter.
We banta wait. Welcome to the Gosh Heckin' Stream. Glad to have you today. QOD and constant discussion today will be over the Dusties. Because it's the Dusties. It's the BFD. Holy crap. Coming up, we have stories about navigating family visits after giving birth, husbands caring for a newborn, changing stances on having kids. I see a theme developing here. Valentine's Day celebrations, or lack thereof, strained family relationships, family picture drama, and we also have spicy stories, a best of Reddit or update story, and a cake story. Hey, yo, we're back in the Wednesday swing of things over here, folks. Heck yeah. First goal on the TikTok side is 3K bolts to get Candy Thunder up here. I know stuff is still jacked up on that side, so we've weighted the majority of the goals that will unlock stuff to the YouTube side. YouTube is starting off with a goal of 10 supers. I think it's teal and above, which is like $2 plus, I think. I can't remember. Teal and above. 5 plus, 10 to unlock a spicy story. TikTok side, we also have a goal of 500K likes and 1,500 shares, though we can knock those out even with all the coin stuff being jacked up. So let's rock and roll on that. Make sure you're sharing the live as well as tapping the screen. Make sure you keep tapping the screen to hit the likes goal. We greatly appreciate all the love with the likes and shares. It really, really does help. Make sure you're subscribed on the YouTube side to stay up to date on all the latest content. Subscribing on YouTube is free. It's the equivalent of a follow. If you have a paid TikTok subscription but haven't been able to renew it, we also do have a paid sub on the YouTube side with exclusive content, exclusive lives, and all kinds of stuff. It is called the Thunder Crew, and you can join over there if your TikTok membership won't renew. We hope they'll get it straightened out soon, but we have no control over all that. Don't forget the Dusties return on February 10th at 7 p.m. Central on YouTube. If you haven't seen the teaser, make sure you check it out. The new and improved Dusties, it's not hard to be improved, is out of this world, pun intended. There will be a brand new episode of the new podcast, The Imperfect Storms, which is Candy Thunder and I. Not story focused, just like life topic focused. It is edited in review right now. It will drop right after the Dusties Monday night. So lots of big stuff coming next week. We will not be doing a live this coming Sunday because we'll be watching the Chiefs win their third consecutive Super Bowl. Three-peat, baby! Three-peat! The next live will be Wednesday, February 12th at 9 p.m. Central. I'm sorry. That's 3 p.m. Central, right?
Oh, yeah.
3 p.m. So next Wednesday will be the same time. And we'll be streaming on TikTok and YouTube, of course, so it'll be just a normal Wednesday kind of thing. Reminder today, keep chat positive and respectful. Everybody is allowed to have their own opinion, and we want you to share that opinion in a respectful way. Costs nothing to be respectful and to be a DFHB, which is a decent effing human being. Don't get into religion or politics. Those are immediate no-no topics. Not even going to touch the other one. And no spoiling stories, please. Spoilers and infringers upon the previous statements will be muted from the live, and you don't want to do that to yourself. With that, get out your gosh heckin' brooms. Hey, at least dropping the $5 boom boom over on the YouTube side. Don't know why I said boom boom. Says TikTok memberships can be renewed, but you have to be live and be on desktop or in desktop mode on your phone. You enter credit card info or PayPal. Thank you for that. And for the super, appreciate that. Winsong Bast, welcome to the Gosh Heck and Thunder Crew. Glad to have you over there. Plotbug, member for 4 months, says, I need to see the original Dusties. Where can I find it?
Oh, I just answered it.
Is it on YouTube?
It's on YouTube. I shared it in the VIP group, but I'll try to pin it on YouTube.
Is it the original live or is it just the original recordings?
It's the original recording.
Okay, the original live is not available. You cannot find the original live because it was a meltdown.
We sent that to Area 51.
Yeah, it's on lock.
to the depths of-
However, I can tell you, sometime between now and the Dusties, we have put together a little teaser with some clips from that calamity, and we'll release it soon. So you get to see a little slice of it, a little slice of hell. I'm traumatized still. Like, I'm still leading up to the Dusties. I know it's all pre-recorded and I'm not doing it live or anything like that, but I'm still scared shitless because of what happened the first time. Y'all, it was traumatic. Risa dropping the $2 says, how much does it cost to be a wild raccoon? I don't know, how much does it cost to be a wild raccoon? Thank you so much for the super. Appreciate that. What did I say? What did I do? Okay. I thought I did something wrong. I was like, there, I done did it.
I have heartburn.
I done effed something up. You got the heartburn?
Yeah.
She's got the burn, Papa.
From a salad.
From a salad. Rebecca, the first time Amanda the Dusties was the first live you ever saw too. Elise did the same thing. And you stuck around after that. I think you probably became a pity follower from that live because nothing worked. Nothing worked. I had all kinds of videos to play and none of them would play, and I just stood here with the suit on looking like a dumbass with a gold glittery background, just like, hi.
Pity followers are my favorite.
Pity followers. Yeah, that's where it started. We're going to get into reading some stories here right now. We are at 631 of 3K on the TikTok side to get Candy Thunder unlocked. 4 of 10 on the Supers goal on the YouTube side to get our first, what was it, spicy story? Yes, to get a spicy story unlocked. And let's go. Ravenclaw. The Dusties is an annual, well, sort of, could be an annual award show where we celebrate the best of the best and the worst of the worst from the stories we read in the previous year. So it is airing Monday night, 7 p.m. Central on YouTube. I'm wearing a suit, saying lots of stupid things. And then you get to see the whole team gussied up here as we review some of the winners too. It's very cool.
And we got dressed up for this.
Yeah, we got dressed up.
I put on pants.
Tony Spark wore
And
pants.
sleeves. And did my hair.
It was wild. It was a wild day.
It's a lot.
All right, let's rock and roll. Hey there, it's Dusty with a story for you. This one is, am I the astronaut for not letting my mother-in-law stay the night at our house right after I give birth? We'll start a poll for this. Why not? I can tell you where I'm at right now. I'm at a big old NTA. Poll has begun. Am I the astronaut for not letting my mother-in-law stay the night at our house right after I give birth? Look, if she's not there to help, like if she's a burden in any way, shape, or form, no. You don't have to. I mean, even if she's there to help, letting her stay the night is, no, that's completely up to you. Right after you have a baby, you have more right at that time than any other time to say, hell no, I would think.
Especially if it's a first baby.
Oh, especially if it's first baby? Yeah. And if it's not first baby, there's a greater likelihood of grandma helping out by watching the other little at her house while you handle the baby, freshly baked and out of the oven, at home, I would think. Which gives me a whiff of, like, 5 seconds left on the poll. It gives me a whiff of grandma wants to be there to coddle the baby to fill up her own cup rather than to truly be helpful. And that is not cool. Had her dropping the 5 on the on the YouTube side says, take a shot of water for every story of a mother-in-law who does not understand the word boundaries. We're all going to have to pee soon. I can tell you that much. Speaking of, Tony Spark, you still in Dry January in the bonus round?
I'm Dry January Plus.
Dry January Plus. How far are you going here?
Super Bowl.
This is like the scene with Kramer and George, where they're driving on empty, driving on fumes, and like, we're still going, baby.
I would say probably, for sure, the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl is when you're breaking the seal.
Possibly Saturday night. A lot of times we'll go out for
Gotcha.
sure, Super Bowl.
Gotcha.
Last
You
year,
guys
I made it to the night before the Super Bowl.
breaking the streak on the Super Bowl. Okay, NTA won by a landslide here. Let's dive in and see if we were right. Title again was, am I the astronaut for not letting my mother-in-law stay the night at our house right after I give birth? I, 28 female, and my husband, 27 male, are expecting a baby soon. My parents live close by, while his mom is a few states away. I have a good relationship with his mom, but we aren't very close. It's mostly polite conversations when she visits. I'm happy for her to visit as soon as the baby is born. Since it's hard to predict the exact date, we plan to call her and my sister, who also lives out of state, when I go into labor. They know they're both welcome to book a flight right away or wait until after the birth, whatever works for them. I recently told my husband I did not want anybody staying overnight at our house for the first few days after birth. He seemed surprised, but supported me, and we agreed to let everyone know. I told my mom first, explaining family is welcome to visit all day and into the evening, but I wanted the first few nights to bond as a family and adjust without overnight guests. This is our first and likely only baby, and I want to treasure those moments. I also explained that while I appreciate people wanting to help, having guests, even well-meaning ones, can be overwhelming. I have a lot of social anxiety, a low social battery, and expect to feel exhausted and vulnerable after birth. Not to mention, both of our mothers have no problem telling us what we're doing wrong and how we should be doing things. My mom to me and his mom to him. Oh, that sounds so helpful. I suspect it might be hard having people over all day when I'm that tired and emotionally vulnerable right after giving birth, but I understand grandparents wanting to be around the baby right away, and having some time to ourselves at night felt like a good compromise. My mom understood and offered for my mother-in-law to stay at her house, which has a comfortable guest room. We also offered to pay for a nice waterside hotel, giving her 2 options. When my husband explained this to his mom, she became upset and said that if she couldn't stay with us, she wouldn't come at all.
That was a good compromise.
Yeah. No, you gave her 2 really, really good options, and she took her ball and went home. This response threw me off. We've always hosted her before, even though having guests makes us anxious. I've never said no because she's family and I feel that I should get over my anxiety, but I feel the first few days after birth are different. My husband is supportive and says it's my decision, but I know he wants her to come. I want that too, for her to meet her grandchild and for my husband's sake, but her reaction has left me feeling anxious and panicked about labor all of a sudden. I'm torn. Not yet, you're not. If I give in, I worry I'll feel overwhelmed and resentful. If I give in, I'll worry I'll feel overwhelmed and resentful, affecting the experience and weeks left leading up to it. If I don't, I'm afraid it will hurt my relationship with her and disappoint my husband, even though it's her choice not to come. Does anybody have advice? Are the first few days after birth a good enough reason to stick to what makes me comfortable, even if it upsets her? I'm trying to find a solution that works for everyone, but I'm struggling. What do you think? Obviously sticking with an NTA. I'm going to go ahead and flip that up. Let's make that official here. But for mama, gosh dang it. Grandma, or soon to be grandma, it's not about you, bish. And I understand that your husband wants his mom to be there and you want her to be there to meet her grandchild, but that's the extent of it, right? It's not because she's going to be a huge help. It's because you want them to be able to meet their new grandbebe. And that's great. Love that for you. You have been extremely reasonable at every step here. You have offered compromises. You've offered alternatives. You have hosted up to this point and forced your anxiety to take a back seat, which may be coming back to bite you in the ass now. That might be the one thing where you could have done this differently, and that is leading up to this point, like had some firmer boundaries when it came to your social anxiety, because that's a real fucking thing. And not letting her encroach upon that and do damage to you might have made this an easier situation now. Maybe. But it sounds like she's using this opportunity to make everything about her. It's not about her. This is not about her. And if she's going to be a little fucking toddler now and be like, oh, if I can't get everything I want, then I'm just going home. Cool. We'll send you pictures. We'll put one of her dirty diapers in the mail for you. That way you can, bond with the smell of her. No. I'm sorry, this is not about you. They offered to get you a freaking waterside hotel or let you stay in a bougie guest room at her mom's house. You said no because you were just being difficult. And guess what, mother-in-law? You had at least one kid in some file way back in long-term memory. You remember what it's like? And you know full fucking well that right now you are causing stress, which is not good leading up to labor, and you give zero fucking shits. Grandma, this is an AskCon 1 moment for you. Yeah. Terrible. The worst of the worst. It's terrible. Why would you take this opportunity to make it about you? Why would you take this opportunity to only think about yourself? It makes no sense at all. None. There's physical detriment here. You get the bizzo too. Joanne Harrison, dropping the $2 super, said, Candy, you need a minky blanket to cuddle with. What's a minky blanket?
Oh, like a minky dot?
Like a minky dot? I do not know these words. I'm not bougie enough to know these words.
I have a rose cuddle minky.
A rose cuddle minky? What does it mean?
It's a really soft fabric.
What does it mean? Hatter, why are mother-in-laws like this? Have you forgotten how it was giving birth and the recovery process? I wonder that too, because they had kids. Has it been so long that they just forgot everything and now they're at a point in life where they make everything about them and they just roll this right into it? Or is it an extension of the whole mother-in-law, I must control everything? Or is it also fueled by her prized possession, her son, now not just getting married, but having a child with someone else, and there has to be some kind of stink created here for her to put up some kind of fight? I do not understand. Tater Thunder, what do you think? would you like to jump up and give some thoughts here? You've had babies. I have not. Ladies and gentlemen, heat lamp activated for Tater Thunder. It's Tater Thoughts time.
I think that the alternative that they gave to the mother-in-law was fine. I mean, there was no issue with it to stay. You could stay as long as you want during the day, throughout the evening, but they wanted to bond as a family at night. It is different for the mother-in-law, and I understand and respect that because the mother-in-law is not biologically related to the mom, the one that is giving birth, the one that is going through it. So it's going to be, she's going to probably feel more comfortable with her mom in that scenario, but she even gave the same set of rules to her mom, and her mom had no issue with it. So I do not understand why mother-in-law is disrespecting them in this way and saying like, and I guess we learned last live, if you give an ultimatum, you have to be, you have to know that they can go the other way. Even if you give that ultimatum, they can still choose the other thing. You're giving them two options.
Yeah.
You don't get control over which one they choose. And if this was me, I would say then don't come. If you can't respect what we've said, then you can't come.
And Brenna here says she'll cave if you say no. She's calling your bluff. That's possible.
Yeah, I think she will too. I think if you say no, this is something we've decided as a family and what we want to stick to. And if they go against that, or if she still wants to go against that, then that's on her. That's not on you. You have not given this boundary is in no way disrespectful to your mother-in-law because you gave it to your mom and to your mother-in-law.
Yeah.
And it's very equal. It's very fair. The mother-in-law has a guest room with no money up front to stay in at your mom's house, and no.
Or a hotel.
You have done everything right.
That they were going to pay for if she didn't want to stay with her mom. So there's no reason for her to say no except for ego.
Right.
That's it. Ego's the only thing.
I can't, obviously I can't speak to being a grandma. I haven't been there yet or done that yet, but I can't imagine not respecting what our children tell us they want from us in that time of need. Whether it be nothing, I don't know, but I'm not going to overstep in that moment. One, because I've seen all these stories and I know what it looks like. And I don't want to be on the end of that.
We're learning ahead of time.
Yeah.
I feel like we're going to be really good grandparents because we're learning ahead of time.
Yes.
So Risa dropped the $10 super on the YouTube side, said, getting ready to go clean a chicken coop because my pregnant daughter shouldn't be doing it. And her husband is working 12-hour days. She's only 8 weeks pregnant, so I'll be doing this for a bit. Oh, cleaning a chicken coop sounds like a hell of a good time.
But you're so sweet to do that
That
for
is
your daughter.
very, very
like
nice of you.
those are things, showing up and doing the things while they're pregnant. Like that's so helpful and so nice.
Do you think part of this is like a parent having trouble letting go of having authority over a child? Do you think that's part of this? Because I mean, it's her first grandbaby, I think. At least that's
Yeah.
my understanding. So I don't know. That's the only thing I can think of. But you have to realize, as a parent of a grown ass adult,
Right.
like you don't have the ability to ground them or send them to the room
No.
anymore. You don't get to tell them what to do.
I'm wondering if the husband's mom feels uncomfortable staying somewhere she's never stayed, and like it's all feeling overwhelming in that moment, and she responded poorly, and maybe she'll right her wrong. And I hope that that's what happens, because maybe she too has social anxiety, and staying with someone that she's not really familiar with is making her feel whatever. But I hope that she rights her wrong and doesn't cause any more drama for this family leading up to the birth. I hope that she figures it out and is like, hey, I overstepped. I'm sorry. Yes, please sign me up for the free room.
Yeah, but being able to do that requires like being able to self-reflect
yeah.
and acknowledge
Yep.
that you're wrong and then apologize requires so much emotional maturity that is just rare to see in people, unfortunately.
I think that, and someone else said, I think this is up to the dad, like the hubby, to fix with his mom. And I agree. I think it's on him to fix this. He has to, whether he wants to or whether he wants to give her time to cool off, whatever that looks like. But yeah, it's on him to fix.
I would
not
agree.
on the woman who's getting ready to give birth.
If we were in this situation, it would be, it would be on me.
And if I was in this situation, I wouldn't have cared if either one of our moms had stayed. I would have been like, please do.
Yeah, but nighttime's a little bit different.
It
and
is, but I wouldn't have felt put out. Your mom and my mom do not give me social anxiety. So for me, this is different. But us being like a bonded family was something that was very important to you right after Navy was born. But to have one of our moms stay wouldn't make me feel any certain way.
And maybe that's the hurdle that OP and mother-in-law have to overcome here. But mother-in-law lives hours away?
Yeah.
So it's hard to have,
Yeah.
A very, very comfortable in physical presence relationship with somebody when you don't get to see them very often. So.
I agree. And it's hard to feel comfortable. And if this is your first baby and you're having, she said it was her first and only probably, to feel, I felt really like overwhelmed after I gave birth the first time. And I don't think anything prepares you for how you're going to feel after that moment. The books tell you, but they don't really tell you. So I think she's right to want to do this whatever way is going to make her feel the most comfortable. And I felt after my first and second completely different scenarios after those two. But I think whatever makes this woman giving birth feel the most comfortable is what she has to do for herself.
Yeah, agreed. Hey,
and
also before you escape,
Thank you for the nice comments, everyone. I've seen a few, but thank you so very much.
before you
Yes.
boogie out, you got to show off your Chiefs bracelet.
Oh.
Your Chiefs bracelet
Speaking
stack
of
here.
mother-in-laws,
Hey-o.
this is from mine. I've got my Chiefs bracelet, my Swifty bracelet with Chiefs colors, and my little arrowhead bracelet.
Heck yeah.
So, wearing these.
Is it Aramish? Is that right?
Yeah, Aramish. Yes.
I got something right. I may not know what a
Yes.
minky is, but I got.
Yeah, these are
Aaron right.
from my mother-in-law. She's a sweetheart. So.
Tater Thunder, ladies and gentlemen. Tater Thunder. Brian, it's gonna be a good game, man. Like, I mean, even if we don't take the dub and the three-peat, like, I'll be damned.
okay.
Getting back there, like, it's gonna be a hell of a game. Stopping Saquon is not gonna be easy. It will not be easy. So confirmed NTA for OP. Mother-in-law is at an Ask on One Bizzo level because she's making it about her, and this is very much not about her. And if she wants OP to be more comfortable with her there so that something like this is possible the next time it happens, that's on her to create that comfort, right? To remove that barrier, I would think. So, oof. Oof, oof, oof. We'll bounce over to our next story here momentarily. Gonna get a drink of Walter. What do y'all think so far? Who's planning on watching the Super Bowl, by the way? Chime in, lurkers too. Give a thumbs up or a lightning bolt if you're planning on at least watching the Super Bowl. The big game. Oh, we're not allowed to say. The SB. It's like the other summer and winter sport that is trademarked.
I don't know what the rules exactly are on it, and I know for life.
Yeah. Hey, Rose with the high bear. Ms. Nobody with the lightning bolts. Rosie dropping all kinds of stuff there, too. Charlotte Arnold dropping the 98 bolts. Real Broad Housewife with the heart me. Charlotte dropping some bolts again there. Charlotte Arnold. We have two Charlottes. Hey, Robertson. Candy Koala. Wonder Woman dropping the bolts. Abracadabra. Trisha Sweet. Nest. Just Mags. Charlotte Arnold with more bolts there. Trisha Sweet again there. Just Mags. Trisha Sweet again. Janet Lopez. Ann Hodgson. Melanie Sutton. Shayna Johnson. Sammy. Mama Buffy. Melanie Sutton. Charlotte, Sammy again there, Ann Horrocks again, Aaron, Goldcat Biederman, Yvette, Lady P, Twisted Usagi, Doroshko, Samantha, Fane, Charlotte, Carol Jaworski again there, Adventures with Pam, Real Broad, Deidre, Angel Arsenic, in the gosh hecked fam on the TikTok side. It's a rare thing to see right now with all the gobbledygook going on over there. Nicole Trujillo dropping the 200 bolts, Kitty Let, Adventures with Pam, Hazy May, Ellie, Mandy, Lou, Ghost Girl, and Pila Sophia. Norma, saw you up there too. Thanks so much for the love. Shy, Not So Shy, Kara, Z, Victoria, Daniela, Rosie, Real Broad. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. Who's painting the Chiefs table? Karen, you're working on painting a KC table right now. You wood burned? Ooh. I've never done a wood burning project, but I really want to. I really want to get into some like torching wood to show off grain. I really want to do some experimenting. I got all the time for that. All the time. Lots of Eagles fans. Good. The whole world hates the Chiefs right now. It's crazy. It's backward.
I don't fucking fucking
I don't either. Hey, Matt Cox, member for 9 gosh heckin' months, says, I'll be watching the Super Bowl. I'm glad they aren't playing the 49ers again. It's going to be fun. It's going to be bring on the hate. It's villain mode now. Villain mode activated. We're at 6 of 10 YouTube side on the Super Goal. Almost said the B word. To unlock the spicy story. And we're at 2674, 3K on the Bolts goal right now to get Candy Thunder back up here. Y'all are awesome. Look at that. Hey, it is Dusty with another story for you. This one is titled, Am I the Astronaut for telling my husband to figure out how to take care of our son? Well, this will be interesting. I imagine that tone could have quite a bit to do with the level of assholery on this, right? I'll read the title again. Poll has started now. 1 minute. Am I the astronaut for telling my husband to figure out how to take care of our son? Figure it out! I don't know. I'm going NTA as a gamble, and also because I already had it out. Because as parents, it is both of our jobs to figure it out, right? And to not rely on your partner like they're your mother to explain to you how to do everything. You have to figure it out, the both of you. It takes an equal amount of work to be able to make that happen. Now, there is a way here where it could be done in a petty way. It could be done in a controlling way. I don't know. It could be an ESH. I'm leaning NTA, though.
Hatter said there was a new Final Destination.
Hatter, there's a new Final Destination?
I don't think I can do it. I can't even drive by a log truck.
He's driving behind a log truck, right?
Can I?
Anyway,
Is this a safe space?
It'll be a safe space whenever
I've
you
never seen any Final Destination.
whenever you punch your mic in. Tony Sparks says he's never seen any Final Destination. You've never seen like
clips of them on TikTok.
there are a million like iconic movies you have not seen somehow. Never seen any of the Star Wars, right? Or Star Trek or
Rings.
Lord of the Rings. Like how?
what's wrong with you?
Have you been living under a rock? What is happening?
Oh my gosh. Chop chop, Tony.
It's just
Tatiana, keeping you entertained while you do the dishes? Heck yeah. Love that.
I have to watch them too much now.
Love that. Won't go on roller coasters anymore? No, I wouldn't in the first place. All right, NTA took this one. ESH was in second place here. Everything else is way far behind. Let's see where it ends up. Title again was, Am I the Astronaut for telling my husband to figure out how to take care of our son? I, 30 female, and my husband, 33 male, welcomed our first child this past September. I've been fortunate to be on the maternity leave. On the maternity leave? That doesn't say that. I've been fortunate to be on maternity leave, but that ends next week. My husband had 2 months off and has been working full-time since. He's off Sundays and Mondays. I have never left my son except to go to a wedding in December, but we were only away for 3 of his wake hours. My in-laws watched over him and everything was fine. I go back to work next week and my son will be attending daycare. My husband is off this entire week and we've just been taking a staycation. I told my husband, though, I want 1 day on my own to get more comfortable from being away from our baby, and that I want him to have the day with the baby on his own. He's never been alone with him for more than an hour. He's a good father, though, and he will help out when needed, but he has never been there for the full-blown cries and fussiness while having to take care of the house. A few days ago, we went to a friend's house, and our son was screaming bloody hell. When I held him, he would calm down. Whenever my husband would hold him, he would just scream and cry even louder, so my husband just passed him along to me. I was getting frustrated because I wanted to relax with friends and he couldn't calm him down for a minute. Today he tells me that his mom will be coming to help out. I asked him to tell her never mind because he should be able to do it on his own. He called me ridiculous and it shouldn't matter, but I think it really does. I can't be bothered at work unless absolutely necessary, so I wanted this to be our trial. His mom will also be working on Mondays, so it's not like she'll be available to help out then. His mom is taking his side, but of course she will, because our son is her only grandson. So am I the astronaut for telling my husband to figure it out and to step up? This is my first AITA post and I'm frustrated just writing this, so if you need more details to decide, just let me know and I will respond. We have some edits to add. Let me get into those in a moment here. But yeah, the red flag for me, and I'm going to go ahead and drop it now, and I'll wave it too, is Dad never of his own volition jumping in and being like, hey, let me take it for a while because I want to be able to do this. I feel like that's something as a father that you need to do. You need to jump in and be like, hey, I got it. You don't bond unless you have that time together. And I tell you, like, mom being 2 feet away where the baby can smell her is not the time, right? You need to be on your own for a while to truly figure it out. Now, having some guidance and having some training and having some even documentation to be able to follow would be great. But you've got to do it on your own. It's a fire you have to walk through. You can't just plug into the Matrix and be like, oh, I know Kung Fu and I'm a good dad. It doesn't happen like that. You have to actually do the work. Let's get into the edits to add, if I can find them. Here we are. Edit to add. I had a C-section and I exclusively breastfeed, so I physically could not leave the baby in the first 2 months. My lactation consultant told me to not pump until after 2 months as I needed to establish my milk supply. He took care of me while I took care of the baby. He doesn't do nothing. When I started pumping, husband was already at work. Husband does do feedings now. Edit to add 2. This isn't a punch toward his mother. I adore her. It's really about him being independent with the baby. She helps us and I always appreciate it. I don't know why y'all think I'm spiteful. Edit to add 3. When my husband is home, I do separate myself from them by going to a different room. But he does often come to the room for help. I'm not just dropping him off. Too long don't read. I'm taking a day away from my husband and son to be more comfortable with going back to work. Husband has never done a day alone with son, so I asked him to try and figure it out and I'll be available if needed. He told his mother to come help. I said no. He thinks I'm being ridiculous. Why wouldn't you want to try and do it on your own? It's terrifying. Look, like, I understand it is terrifying being a first-time father and having no fucking clue what you're doing. But how do you expect to learn if you're asking someone else to do it for you? How do you expect? And you know that's what mommy would come over and do. There wouldn't be like okay, learning moment. Let's work on changing a diaper. I'll monitor and give you some helpful tips once you get through doing the first one on your own. Then we can walk through the second one a little bit better. It's not going to be like that. It's going to be like, oh, I'll take care of it. You just sit down and put your feet up, sweetie. Would you like some tea? It's going to be that. You've got to show the initiative to try and figure it out on your own. Katie, truth. Women aren't born knowing how to care for children. We have to learn too. Yeah, it's the same. You both start with a clean slate, right? There may be some more maternal instincts baked in, ready to be unlocked, but knowledge-wise, yeah, you're both blank slating it going into this. Real broad, literally, if you don't want to be a parent, get a vasectomy. Yeah. Oh, hold up. Tay says, my fiance has called me while I'm at work, freaking out, and I've had to tell him he needs to try to figure it out, as I've had to many times. Yeah. So I think this is one of the dangerous scenarios that first-time dads, just dads in general, kind of get ourselves into, because there's this not default, but habit of letting moms handle the majority of the childcare side of things, even if they are working 50-50, working full-time and doing all that. There's still this habit to let moms handle the majority of the load when it comes to childcare. Whenever something is needed there, they're the authority, right? So it's like, what do I do? What do I do? But it's on you to change that. It's on you to change that. You don't become a parent by watching someone else parent. You become a parent by parenting yourself. Amanda dropping the dollar super on the YouTube side. Thanks so much for the love. Erica said this can go two ways. Mother-in-law can teach dad how to be more sensitive to the baby's needs, but if mother-in-law is just going to take over, no deal. So OP knows better. OP knows what's going to happen and knows that he needs to try. And also, he didn't talk to her about this ahead of time. He just went ahead and invited his mom. That to me says he is not planning on doing this so he can have a coach there. He's doing it because he's terrified and he wants someone else to just do it for him because he's terrified. Sadie, that kid won't have any confidence problems. Yeah, okay. Doroshko. One of our favorite family stories was when my husband did my daughter's hair for the first time. That's a journey. Girl hair is not easy, and I'm still learning. Like, when it comes to styling hair, I'm no good. I can do a headband, I can do a bow, and Navy has really curly hair, so it's complicated, right? You can't just like brush it like you do normal hair. But when it comes to like doing the detangling and the curl stuff after bath, I got that on lockdown. But styling, I'm very, very limited to like 2 tricks here. Viorica sending the 99 euro through. Thank you so much. The .99. Hey, we hit the goal on the TikTok side. Look at y'all. Hey, Cake. Good to see you. Had a huge meeting to attend to. You got another huge meeting Monday night. The Dusties. Heck yeah. Another meeting. Hey, we hit the boat goal, folks. Let's talk about this for just a second. In particular order. And Candy Thunder has gone to pick up Ava Thunder from school, but we'll be back, and she'll make her appearance then. Twisted Usagi, Charlotte Arnold, Rescue Ninja, Anna Hartman, Nicole Trujillo, Rosie W35, Trisha Nest, Hazy May, Charlotte, Lou Dillon, or Loud Dillon. Which way? Geeky Fane, Mama Buffy, God's Blessed Wonder Woman, Doroshko, Daniela Zani, Angel Arsenic, Mahindri, United Snorts America, Yvette B01, and Hodgson, Adventures with Pam, Mags Amazing, Real Broad Zuba, Kozolo, Kiwi Kittens, Cupcake 92, Kitty Let, Kristen Museum Girl, Victoria Sampaio, Ms. No, Candy Koala, Pink 1727, and Eleanor Woods. Thank you all so much for the love there. We're going to get the next one set up. Y'all hit that much quicker than I thought with all the TikTok complications going on. So you're awesome. Very, very nice. Very nice work. You'll never get this. Well, I hope you get this. The next one we're going to set up here is going to be for Caden Thunder appearance and an astronaut helmet. Does that mean Caden Thunder wears the astronaut helmet? Or does that mean that... Okay. Maybe we both will.
We're 3 away from the YouTube.
Oh, 3 supers away from the YouTube. Spicy story unlocked 2. Cade, oh, what am I doing? Those aren't numbers.
I'm messing it up.
See, this is part of my brain being fried. Caden Thunder and Astronaut helmet. Got it. We are going for W coins, ladies and gents, on the TikTok side. Also, we're at 21% already on the likes goal and 3% on the shares goal. If you have not shared yet, please remember to do so. It does truly, truly help us. Scrolling up, Amanda. I got the Viorica one. Amanda, I got her. Oh, Hatter dropping the 5 said, yes, there's a new Final Destination called Bloodlines coming out this May. All right, we'll definitely have to check it out. Well, I'll have to check it out, and I'll have to let Candy Thunder know if it's good or not. The trailer's crazy. I'll have to look at the trailer. Maybe I can get her to watch the trailer. We'll see. We'll see. You really have fun yeeting bots? Thank you, Snorts. Thank you. Yeah. Pass along the GTFO. Hey, Bay Fox, made the live better late than never. Heck yeah, good to see you. Hatter, you're seeing your therapist after you see the movie. It's probably a good idea. Probably.
So, apparently people are upset.
Oh, people are upset about the movies you have not seen? Well, yeah.
I also haven't seen God.
Have you been Harry Potter? Have you been living in a closet? In a cupboard under the stairs? The broom closet? Also, I was thinking about this because we're rewatching Harry Potter, and Navy Thunder is seeing them for the first time and pays like half attention and doesn't watch the scary parts. But they locked him in to the broom closet under the stairs. How did he go pee at night? Kid just have to piss himself? Like they locked him in at night. There's no bathroom in there. Maybe a mop bucket. Margarita dropping the 5 for the spicy story. Heck yes, thank you so much. Cunning K dropping 1 as well. I need ideas, Thunder Fam. I'm getting teeth pulled tomorrow. What should I order for dinner tonight? Oh, it's like a last meal for your teeth kind of thing? You trying to get something super crunchy? I mean, I think, look, if you're getting teeth pulled tomorrow and you aren't going to be able to like chew into things for a while. Some of the stuff that requires a lot more like bitey chewing, ribs, steak. I was going steak. Like steak, hands down, that's the way. That is the way. Hey, Terry Peters, welcome to the Gosh Shack and Thunder crew. Also, Elise dropping the 5 said, Tony, I'm not upset with you. I haven't seen any of those movies either. Add in Terminator and Mission Impossible too. What is your announcement, Tony Spark?
I've not seen Terminator either.
He hasn't seen Terminator either.
I've not seen any of the Terminators. I have seen some of the Mission Impossibles. The newer ones.
You make me sad. I have to do that more in the Monty Python way.
I haven't seen that.
You make me sad. Monty Python, you haven't seen. What have you seen? Let's just start there.
I don't know. Lots of
You've seen like 2 movies. Now, grain of salt, Tony Spark has a lot more friends than I do, so he has a flowering social life. That's why he hasn't seen any movies, because he's a social friggin' butterfly. Social friggin' butterfly. James Bond. What about James Bond? Amber, good idea. James Bond, have you seen those? Are you fucking kidding me, dude? Are you even human?
I feel like I've seen some.
What did you like get plopped onto Earth? Like the day we met, did you just arrive at Earth that day? And it's just because you haven't had time? I feel like aliens could arrive here and they would have seen more movies than you. Like aliens could have arrived here last week. I don't understand.
I have seen Jurassic Park. Somebody asked that.
He has seen Jurassic Park. That's
One
been.
of my favorite movies. I've made Jurassic Park references all week.
We have the whole calamity with Shane, our motion graphics guy, being out and me having to jump in and do all the graphics for the Dusties. There have been a lot of Jurassic Park
I've seen
statements being thrown around here.
I've seen the Austin Powers movie. Somebody asked.
Austin, well, of course, yes, Austin Powers. All right, we'll dive into our next story here.
Hold on. What was that? That goal was for spices.
Oh, heck yeah, we hit it.
Let's wait till Candy Thunder.
We're gonna wait till Candy Thunder gets back to make good on that
She may
spicy
want
story,
to-
because she may want to give feedback on it. Okay, we'll get the next one set up though. 15.
I think that's whatever range you can set them in.
Okay, we're doing the 15 supers goal. The teal ones will count on this too, or light blue ones will count on this. So it's $2 and up for this one. This is the Best of Redditor update story and confetti.
It's pretty crazy, but Best of Redditor updates.
He says it's pretty crazy. Hatter dropping the 5 says, don't feel bad, Tony. Mr. Hatter has never seen any of the Monty Python or Mel Brooks movies until we started dating. Candy Thunder won't watch Monty Python and the Holy Grail with me. And it hurts my heart. Are you trying to break my heart, child? Yes, she's never seen them. Caden Thunder and I, for my dad's 50th birthday, Caden, how old were you? You were like 5 at the time, maybe 6. We made a video where Caden Thunder had like a little knight's helmet on, and we had bowls instead of coconut halves because we didn't have coconut halves, and we made the cloppity clop sound, and he like galloped from house to house interviewing people who were part of my dad's life, and we made this video. It was like the first video I ever made. We need to hunt it down because that would be hilarious. Just throw a cow at her. I fought in your general direction. Bay Fox, you've never seen the Matrix movies? Man.
Nope.
Oh, you've never seen the Matrix movies? I don't even know what to say. My flabbers are gasted. Yeah, you are still in the Matrix.
I feel like you're upset.
You're a program.
I feel like Caden might be.
You're a program. You're 100% a program.
I think Caden's legitimately offended by my lack of movie.
Die, at least you haven't seen it. Okay. Oh my gosh.
References, I probably just sang random things.
I'm gonna lock you both in a theater and we're gonna have a fucking marathon, okay? We're not coming out of there until you've seen every critical movie. It's important.
I've seen lots of movies.
All right, let's dive into the next story here. We'll do spicy story here in a minute after Candy Thunder gets back, so we'll dive into our next regularly scheduled story. Hey there, it's Dusty Thunder with yet another story for you. This one is Am I the Astronaut for Changing My Mind?
Said story 4.
When did you say story 4?
Right when before you were getting ready to read before you.
While I was.
No, before that, and then you went back on the movie tangent. Story 4.
You lie.
I even held up the.
He lies. Okay, story 4. Hey there, it's Dusty with yet another story for you. This one is, am I the astronaut for completely refusing to participate in Valentine's? I mean, there can be certain scenarios where this would be taken very badly. I can also think of some scenarios where who gives a shit? I don't know. But I feel like it's more likely to be an ASCON 3 than it is to be an NTA. So I'm going to go with that. Yeah, there's never celebrating it, but then there's flat out refusing. And if you have a partner, it's not just your choice, right? Not if you're, I think, partnering right and making team decisions there is not just your choice. You have a vote in that, but I think flat out refusing when you have a significant other could be troublesome, right? Could be. What if it's kind of like my scenario where my birthday is really close to Valentine's Day and I'm like, for that reason, I elect to not participate. In receiving gifts, I will still buy them for other people. That'd be different. I have a feeling this ain't gonna go that way. Also, I don't do that. Don't, Candy Thunder, if you're watching this, I'm not saying don't get me anything.
The context of this entire story will start on the second paragraph.
Okay.
That's my
Heard. Katie, it was NTA took the cake on this one, but it's ASCON 3 came in second, actually. So we'll see what happens. The title was, Am I the Astronaut for Completely Refusing to Participate in Valentine's? I've 30, been with my girlfriend 29 for 9 months now, and I would say we have a great relationship. We've been friends for over 15 years, and last year I finally mustered up the courage to tell her how I felt about her. This is my first serious relationship, so I've always been single on Valentine's and never thought much about it, besides thinking it was a stupid, made-up Hallmark holiday created to scam people out of money. I'm guessing you told your girlfriend that too. I hate the fuss of pretty much all holidays, but my girlfriend, on the other hand, she loves them all, including Valentine's Day. All right, so we got somebody who's like all in, and we have an old curmudgeon. That's a good balance. What's up, Ava Thunder? And Tater Thunder has returned, so we can do our spicy story right after this one. I was babysitting her cats last week while she was away for work, and I found a gift box that was addressed to me next to a really long letter and a card next to it. I didn't read it, but right away I could tell it was for Valentine's. When she got home, I told her I don't participate in Valentine's Day and don't plan on doing anything that day. She was visibly upset, but she didn't make a big deal about it. She explained to me that she has always loved Valentine's and even treats her friends to little gifts, and she just wanted to do something special for me. She said I don't have to get her anything, and what she got me was just something sentimental, and assured me she didn't spend any money on it. That's great, but I told her I didn't even want to have to open it on Valentine's Day because that would be participating in the day, and then I would feel bad for not getting her something, and that's where the disagreement started. Well, that kind of feels like mid-disagreement to me, but okay. After a lot of back and forth, I finally agreed I would open it on Valentine's Day, but made it clear I wouldn't be getting her anything. Let's do another one of these. I didn't want her to have expectations on that day. She told me that was fine and said we could just spend the night together and watch a movie or something, to which I told her I probably won't be doing that either because Valentine's falls on a Friday this year, and that's the day I play poker with my friends every week, which she knows about.
What the fuck?
There's more to the story, but I just want to take this time out and say this to OP. This is your first girlfriend, your first serious relationship. You said so. This is your first serious relationship. So how about you don't walk into this like you've got some long-standing fucking rules for relationships? How about you walk into this with a little bit of an open mind and actually try to make something work instead of being like, don't get on my lawn, get off my lawn. Every time she suggests doing something that you have just decided that you is some kind of fucking conspiracy. Okay? It's not. Oh gosh. You have a lot of single man opinions, And this is going to be a self-fulfilling prophecy here. You are going to, with each one of these decisions, be choosing to be a little more single until you are fully single. I can tell she's upset with me now, and I feel like I'm being guilted into partaking in something I don't believe in. Since this is my first serious relationship. Oh, that's what you don't believe in. You don't believe in serious relationships. Now I get it. I can't tell if I'm being too stubborn on this or if I should keep my foot down. If you shove it down anymore, it's going to be in your stomach. It's not like I don't do nice things throughout the year either. When she had surgery a few months ago, I got her flowers. And when we first started seeing each other, I got her just because flowers. He's bought 2 flowers in his whole life, ladies and gentlemen. Let's take a moment to give this guy a round of applause. I got us matching rings for Christmas and put effort in there. I just don't want to be made to partake in a dumb, made-up holiday. Like I said, my girlfriend loves the fuss of all holidays. My birthday was in December, and she went all out for it. I've never experienced that before, and she did make the day really special for me, so a part of me does feel guilty for not wanting to get her anything for Valentine's Day, but that's just my beliefs surrounding that day, and although she seems to be understanding, I can tell she's disappointed. So, am I the asshole here? It's at least a 2 for me. This isn't like intentional evil. This is dumbass dude evil. So it's a brozo ask on 2 for me. Frankie G dropping the $2 super said Opie's girlfriend needs to run for the hills. I just don't. Why? Why would you step into your first serious relationship at the ripe old age of 30 and be like,
These are my staunchly firm beliefs. Oh, Valentine's just a made-up commercial holiday.
okay, look, it doesn't matter if it was started as a commercial holiday or not. I know not. I care not. If it is an opportunity, a rare opportunity to show the people that you love them, especially your romantic partner, it is an opportunity to do something to show someone that they fucking matter. It doesn't matter where you go, if you go spend a shit ton of money or not. That would be the gauge of participating in the commercial side of the holiday. The emotional side of the holiday is not built by Hallmark, is not part of the machine to make money. It is an opportunity to be human and to show someone else that you see them and you appreciate them. That is it. That is the part that you are refusing to do here. And I don't know if you understand how dumb this makes you sound. Also, either mama's boy or only child, because this is giving, I don't want anybody to tell me what to do. Like holidays, he feels like our society telling him what to do. And he's like, no, I'm not going to do what you tell me to do. Listening to Rage Against the Machine. He's like, F you, I won't do what you tell me. That's it. I'm getting the, like, don't tell me what to do vibes. Okay, be single then. That's it. That's the other side of this, dude. Like, be single. Sandra says, I say ask on 1 because he intentionally is choosing poker over spending time with her. That's a whole nother layer to this, but it's attached to his belief or disbelief in this day. Katie sounds like girlfriend's love language is also gift giving, and he doesn't understand that at all. At least dropping the $5 super said, hot topic, when do you ask someone to be their Valentine? The day of or weeks leading up? We've gone around on this lately. Ooh, I would say it's before, right? I don't know that's even a thing anymore, actually. Like being my Valentine, sorry, that was an ERP. Being my Valentine, I think if you're dating somebody, they're automatically your Valentine. I've never witnessed the ask of someone being like, be my Valentine. And what does that mean? Like you're together for one day? What happens after?
I asked you to be my Valentine.
You did not ask me to be your Valentine.
Our first Valentine's together, I decorated your office, and it said, will you be my Valentine, on one of the cards.
We were already together. You got her a what?
A fuggler.
A fuggler?
I got her 2 fugglers, actually.
What is a fuggler?
I've said too much already.
If I Google it, will my computer blow up?
I know what fugly is.
I cannot confirm.
A fuggler. What is a fuggler? Anybody know?
Okay.
Anybody know what it sounds like something
Oh, those are so
sounds
cute.
inappropriate. What's a fuggler?
It's a little monster thing. It's so cute.
Jedi Jess, member for 4 months of the Gosh Heck and Thunder Crew, said he also knew going in these holidays are important to her. True, because they've been friends for like 15 years, right? Angel dropping the $2 super said, just ask. Even if you're married, ask. Maybe that's just something that dudes are less likely to think about. You did ask, like our first time, because it was part of the decorations. If it had not been the statement that it was in the decorations, would you have thought to ask our first Valentine's together?
I can't answer that because I did ask via decoration.
Katie the Red dropping the $10 bomb said, V-Day comes with a lot of weight for me personally. For me, I let my partner, if I have one, get me chocolate and we don't talk about it. But hey, now we know where his girlfriend ranks against the boys. Ooh, okay. So maybe this is a little bit backwards. I looked at him choosing poker time with the boys as a byproduct of his belief in the holiday. Maybe it starts with his allegiance to the boys and everything else is just bullshit. It's a bullshit excuse, possibly. Could be. Could be. Could be. We'll see. I'm scrolling up. Hatter dropping the 10 bomb on the YouTube side. Sorry, I missed it. Said Mr. Hatter's not a big fan of V-Day, however, is still wanting to get me roses and take me out for dinner because that's what I want. Regardless of liking it or not, you do because your girlfriend wants to. Okay, this is an important statement, right? Because it's supposed to be about your significant other. So if your significant other wants to participate in the holiday, you should, if you want to keep that significant other. And likewise, if your significant other does not want to participate, you should be more likely to respect their wishes there, which your girlfriend is doing here, right? She's like, okay, cool, I get it. How would you have felt, Candy Thunder, if our first Valentine's Day I was like,
No, it's evil. I don't celebrate it.
What would you have thought?
I don't know. Would have thought I've been in relationships where guys said that to me, and now that's not what I want. I want someone who makes me feel special.
Yeah, so she would have thought that's not what she wants. She wants someone who makes her feel special, and we probably would have had a discussion about it. Well, back then, we didn't know how to communicate like we do now, so we might not have had a discussion about it. I might have just lost you.
But you always made me feel special, like from day one.
That's what I do.
I know. That's why we're married.
Because I make you feel special?
Because you make me feel
That's the
cherished.
only reason.
Because you make me feel cherished and happy. And you're hot. What, do I need to keep talking?
Yeah. Frankie G dropping the $2 super said Opie's girlfriend needs to run for the hills. Yeah, abso-freaking-lutely. Is there another? Ms. Dravas with a $2 bomb said that's content for Tony, reaction videos to movies that he's never seen. You know what? That is an entire YouTube channel just waiting for you to create it. Join me as I watch movies I've never seen before.
Every now and then, like I'll be scrolling through movies and I'll pick a random one that I'm like I've heard of before and then never seen. Like I hadn't seen Seven until just a few months ago.
What's in the box?
Exactly. And then I was like, oh wow, this was really good.
You just saw Seven 2 months ago?
No, a few months ago. Seven.
A few months ago. It means 3.
Which could be 6.
What's in the box?
A few months ago could range from like 3 months to a year. Like when you say a few months ago, I mean, who really knows?
Okay.
At least 3.
A few is 3, right? Some is 4 or more, right? Is that right?
Some months ago.
Some months ago, but some months ago sounds weird, so I don't know.
Exactly, a few months ago.
I don't
Just
know.
the other day, it could be a week or a year.
Never heard of Seven? A lot of people never heard of it. It's a Brad Pitt movie.
What's in the box?
It's yeah.
It's
Great
such a
movie.
messed up movie.
Messed up, but great.
Dr. Sweet says, I missed the majority of the story, but this is why we date. We see what others are wanting, and if we don't like it, we can leave. And he's giving so many, it's like he's self-destructing intentionally. It's like he's throwing out these barriers or these repellents because of either some kind of self-doubt or self-worth issue, but it's like he's trying to repel her with his curmudgeonness. I don't know. Terry Peters dropping the $2 bomb on the YouTube side says, I really love you and the stories you tell. Merci beaucoup, madame. La service est compris.
Ooh, I have not seen Black Swan.
I haven't seen Black Swan either.
Maybe we should watch it.
There we go.
On Valentine.
There we go. I feel like that's an elevated movie for sure.
You should watch Terrifier 2.
We're not watching Terrifier 2. Hell no. Okay, spicy story time. Correct? Spicy story time. Oh, wait. Let me go back because I don't know that I gave an official determination here. It was, am I the astronaut for completely refusing to participate? Or I did. Ask on 2, Brozo. Yep, that's right. Okay. Spicy story time. Is this spicy story time, everybody?
Sure.
All right. Let me get some music here and get a drink real quick, and then we'll get into it. We waited to do this one, Candy Thunder, because he thought you may want to give some feedback for it. So we wanted to make sure you could hear it.
No pressure.
Yeah, I was having trouble when I wasn't connected to Wi-Fi.
Ah.
It just kept
Made it, yeah, Ellen, just in time for the spicy story. Spicy. I'm seeing how much, he's seeing how much she'll put up with. A classic case. I thought you were saying I'm seeing how much Candy Thunder will put up with, which is also true always, but I see that. Yeah, I see that. All right, let's go. Hey there, ladies and gents, I got a story for you, and it's the one of these. Spicy story. There's the hiss, Caden Thunder. I have a pretty good hiss. We talked about randomly doing it in the stream sometime. We've been talking about it for a month now. And that was probably the moment that made the least amount of sense to do it. But I did it, so at least it's top of mind now. Title of this story is, Am I the astronaut for convincing my girlfriend to abandon her child so we can be together?
What?
You feel like this is a title that I do not trust. I do not trust this title, ladies and gentlemen. Poll starting right now. Title again, Am I the astronaut for convincing my girlfriend to abandon her child so we can be together? I mean, we got to do what we got to do here, right? Yeah, that would be an ask on one thing. That would be... Yeah, it's a WTF ask on one. It's a what the fuck? What? It's an I don't like it, brother. And a DFHB thumbs down and all kinds of other things, but we'll see. We'll see. Fur baby, maybe? I don't know. Wandering Never Lost. I hear a lot of that on the TikTok side of where we get the chipmunk voice going on. I know not.
Post-ban.
Yeah, it's only been post-ban. Yeah, there's some kind of technical issue, and it might just be, a lot of other creators are probably streaming from phones, some streaming from a PC. It could be a TikTok Live Studio connection thing. It could be a lot of things. But unfortunately, we have no control. AskOn1 took the cake on this one by a mile. There was an ESH little blip down there too, so which is possible. That is entirely possible. All right, title again was Am I the astronaut for convincing my girlfriend to abandon her child so we can be together? Let's go. I, 32 male, have been dating my girlfriend, 28 female, for a little over 2 years. When we first met, she was a single mom to a 7-year-old boy from a previous relationship. She never planned on being a mother and had him due to unfortunate circumstances. She's always been upfront that she felt trapped by motherhood and didn't have much of a bond with her son. Boop. Red flag number 1. As we got more serious, she started expressing how much she wanted a fresh start, a life where she wasn't held back by her past. She felt guilty about it, but admitted that raising her son alone had taken a huge toll on her mentally and financially. I told her that if she truly felt that way, she should consider other options, including giving full custody to her ex, who has always wanted more involvement, or even a close relative like her mother, who has her son for the majority of the time anyway, due to her job. He had been asking for it for a while, and she just didn't seem ready to be a mom. She told me she didn't feel like she was cut out for it, and after hearing how much stress it was causing her, I thought giving him a stable home with his dad would be the best for everyone. After a lot of discussion and hesitation, which lasted months, she had finally made the decision to give full custody to her ex, move to a new city with me. Her company had opened up a new branch there, so she had to move anyway and start over. She says she feels relieved, like a weight has been lifted off her shoulders. But now everyone in her life is calling her a terrible person, saying that I manipulated her into abandoning her child. Even though I never forced her, they see me as a villain for convincing her. Now, a few weeks later, her son called her. He was crying. He said he missed her and didn't understand why she wasn't there anymore. Hearing that completely crushed her. She's been really upset, and honestly, I'm torn up too. I thought I was helping, but now I'm questioning everything. I feel like I made the wrong decision, like I pushed her into something that's hurting both of them. What could be giving you that clue? What freaking Drano diet have you been on that at any point in time where you were like, this seems like the smartest thing to do? It seems smart. And not understand that in the same breath of suggesting that, telling her that she should move to a new city with you. What? How? Update. Me and my girlfriend read through the comments. I realized I was an asshole here by encouraging her irrational thoughts about upping and leaving. Oh, I think you did a little more than encourage her irrational thoughts, sir. You planted seeds and watered them on the fucking daily and then harvested that shit. You might be a little more responsible than just encouraging her thoughts. My girlfriend had a long talk with her son and her ex today about what she did and how much she regrets it. She's going to be calling him her son daily now to keep contact, but she can't just move back yet since she's still helping. Words are hard.
Just slow down.
Holy shit. Words are very hard. Back to full red flag mode. Okay. But she can't move back just yet since she's still helping and setting up the new branch in this city. But she'll move back as soon as possible because she loves her son. I'll move back with her because I want whatever she wants. She's going to look for a therapist too. That's the end of the fucking story. That's the end of the fucking story. Okay. Hey, I think, buddy, we've established that maybe you aren't the best thing for her. Maybe what you did here is damaging enough that I can't be the only one seeing this, and her entire family and everybody connected to this kid's life has to see this as well. They do, because they already said that you were the villain for convincing her to do this. You did. There's no way that you can look at this and say, I did not plant these seeds and water them and harvest them. There's no way that you cannot say that. No, I understand what you're saying. You're talking to a person that you love and their mental health is suffering, and you propose a possible solution and you think it's this pure thing. But understand that you can't just make and throw out these ideas that affect children. This is real fucking life with real fucking consequences. And guess what? Being a parent is hard. Being a young parent, harder. I did find it interesting, though. She said raising him all on her own has been extremely taxing on her mentally and financially. But then you talked about how her son is with her mom most of the time because of work, and how the child's dad was involved and wanted to be more involved. So exactly how all on her own was she? Quinn, it was a fustercluck. It's a fustercluck. And to have this person now who is like, I want what she wants. Yeah, we got that. You know what? Because here's the deal, though. To be a true partner to somebody, you have to also be, what's the word I'm looking for? A little bit of a filter, right? You have to be an idea board. You have to be someone that they can bounce ideas off of, and a safe space where they can say the shit they can't say around anybody else. That does not mean it is your duty to enable everything they say. It does not mean it is your job to make every dark wish they have come true. She comes home exhausted one day and was like, you ever think about just leaving it all behind and moving out into the mountains? Next day, this guy's hauling their asses out to the mountains. Everybody gets fried. Encouraging somebody to take their fried and abandon their child can be seen as nothing but shitty ass con one behavior, in my opinion. Good point here, Lady Artemis. It is an ESH. Well, not everybody in the story. The child obviously doesn't suck. The ex doesn't suck because the ex wanted to be more involved and got more involved. The mom doesn't suck because she's involved. She cares. She took him in whenever OP's girlfriend just off and left. But OP and the girlfriend both suck pretty bad. Tater, thoughts?
I think you nailed it.
Come on up. We got to get your opinion here because okay, so on the dude side, it is very easy to be like team partner, right? I'm team Candy all the way. And if Candy Thunder like has a problem or says something, I'm going to do my best to do the right thing for her. There's a difference between doing what she wants and doing the right thing for her. And I think that's where you're missing a little bit of maybe life experience, OP, because you may, if I enabled every single whim that you had when you had it, we'd have a house full of fucking kittens and puppies. Right?
That's still happening, by the way. No, I understand and I agree with everything that you're saying. You don't need a partner that's going to bend to your every whim, to your every will. You need a partner that's going to be there for you in everything that you need. And this was not that. And I actually don't blame him. He was a bad influence. She allowed herself to be influenced by his bad behavior.
You don't blame him for what happened.
I do not. I blame the mom.
She had to make that choice, right? He didn't force her. He didn't force her to do it.
Yep.
She's.
Here's what I do know, and being a single parent, I know that it's really fucking hard. And there are times when you really want to just be like, what am I doing? Why am I doing? This is so fucking hard. But you don't walk away, because every fucking time you fall down, you pick yourself back up and you do what's right by your child because you chose to bring that child into this world in whatever way you brought them into this world. And you don't get to just give them back. You don't return to sender. You don't drop them on somebody else's doorstep. You do what's right for your child because that's what you promised to do when you brought them into this world. And as a mom, I'm not going to just let some guy walk into my life and feed into those intrusive thoughts and just allow me to abandon the one person in this world who is depending on me for their life. I would never, ever allow someone to walk in my life and do that to me. And if they even had those thoughts, if they entertained those thoughts, if they came to me like this guy came to her, you get the fuck out of my life. I don't want any part of you because you are not good for me. Telling me that I need to walk away from my child is not good for me. Telling me to do my job and be there for my child is something that you need. And sometimes you need tough love. And I 100% support that. And this woman was capable of being a parent. She needed more. She had support. She said that her mom had the child most of the time.
Yeah. Well, look, a true partnership looks like this. If one parent walks in and was like, I'm so mentally fried, I just can't. Mm-hmm. The other one says, take a break. I got this.
Exactly. But
helping wasn't an option here. And also,
right,
you have a responsibility to think long term and not think about the morphine effect here. The morphine effect of momentarily solving or feeling like your problem is solved, but it's just a placebo, right? There's no, the problem isn't solved because now you've caused even more long-term damage. This child is now going to have issues for life. Mom's going to have issues for the rest of her life as well. Right. The ripple effect from this is going to be massive. And this is what happens whenever idiot people start making decisions that affect families.
You know, this is actually one of the, I don't think that this guy has kids, obviously, or else he wouldn't have given this recommendation.
Or if he does, he doesn't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We had the question was, parents or people who have never had kids, who's going to give the best parenting advice?
Oh, that's part of the Imperfect Storms podcast.
Yes, that was one of the questions. And it was an unpopular opinion that stating that people who don't have kids would give better advice than people who had kids as for parents. And here's a story that 100% goes against that unpopular opinion, because this guy had no idea the ramifications of what he was doing to a child and telling her to just abandon her child. I don't think that there's any parent who's ever said they haven't had a hard day or they haven't wanted to walk away, because it's difficult. It's hard.
Everybody gets pushed to the edge.
And I don't think that we should fault ourselves for having those thoughts, but I think it's what you do with those thoughts that really defines who you are as a person and who you are as a parent.
Yeah.
And this woman made a huge mistake, and I hope that she fixes the mistake that she's made.
I don't know that there's true fixing it. I think there's...
No, she's done damage.
I think you can come back to 75% at best.
Right.
Also, this, speaking of OP's girlfriend now, should give you a really good clue into how this person will live the rest of their life. It's all about short-term decision making, right? What decision will bring me the most pleasure right now, ignoring any kind of pain it's going to cause anybody else. Look at that. So this is, I would not expect any kind of stability from somebody like this.
No, and thankfully that the child had family. Thankfully they had the other parent that wanted to step up for them, the mom, the grandma that was there for them.
Because they would have ended up in the system.
I don't know. For me personally, I can't look at my 7-year-old child and say, this is just too hard. Like, I can't do this. Do I have those thoughts? Yes. But am I going to allow myself to do that? No. I would never listen to that. I would never allow the voice inside my head to tell me that I can't be the mom that I want to be.
You know, I notice, like, everybody will have those intrusive thoughts that just, like, flash in for a millisecond.
For sure.
But it's automatically, like,
filter it out.
not an option. Like, it's not an option. There's no way that you could ever do that to someone else, to another human being, let alone your own child.
Right.
And I also think that making those decisions are how you create Horcruxes, right? That's like you shatter your soul into pieces every time you make a decision like that, and eventually, like, you're just completely numb and dead to the world.
I agree. But I agree that it hurts your soul to make decisions like this. It changes. I think it hurts your soul, but it's by changing, like, your core beliefs, changing who you are as a person when you allow yourself to do something to this caliber.
Right. Wild.
Yeah.
All right, Candy Thunder, ladies and gentlemen. It won't be the last you'll see of her. Ellen says, I always wonder how people become so selfish. Was it their parents' childhood, mental illness? A person doesn't end up like this without there being a good reason. I think a lot of it has to do with growing up in an environment where their examples weren't great, obviously, and there was no accountability with decisions. There was no, like, true care going on there, so they've just lived a reckless lifestyle with their decision making, right? I think that's the issue. What are you cue carding me over there, Tony Spark? Tell me to move my ass? Oh, okay. Likes goal. We're at 40% right now. Please remember to like the stream if you have not yet on the TikTok side. And we did hit the the W coin goal. So Caden Thunder's going to come up and say hi. And we get an astronaut helmet out too. Would you look at that? Would you just look at it? Can I get a list from me? We'll give some thanks here and then we'll get him up there.
Why, sure.
It's the reverse of the stepmom from Sunday. It's crazy. I still think eventually we got to make a movie where, like, all of these stories are happening with, like, the same characters, and they all just, like, all these terrible people are just one small group of people.
I probably wouldn't see it.
You wouldn't see it. Yeah.
I wouldn't watch it.
Here's how you know if a movie's really good. Tony Spark hasn't seen it.
True.
In particular order here, Bailey Chapman dropping 1.9K to get us there. Thank you so much. Charlotte Arnold in the number 2 spot at 820. Heck yeah. Brandy Chastain, Rosie, Doroshko, Janet Lopez, Twisted Usagi, Putt ECPH, Tony Spark, Cupcake 92, Hazy May, Heather's New Lungs, Angel Arsenic, Dead Amanda, Rebel Wolf Marketing, and Hunnockson, God Bless Wonder Woman. This guy you know, Ms. Helene, Delicate by Lou, Sam Girl 420, Celestial Tumblers, Deborah Rodney, Gen Design Store, and Victoria Sampaio. Thank you guys so much for getting us there. And we'll get Caden Thunder up here for you after I set up this new goal right here. Tell you what. Tell you what. Oh. Oh my. Oh my. This one will unlock. Wardrobe change, shirt change, and Tony Spark. Tony Spark will be changing his shirt on camera. That's what that means, right? Those things we combine, so they do them together, right? We're going for footballs. We've got 1K footballs on there now. Let me pin that real quick, and then we'll get him up here for you. Ba-ba-da-ba. Pin. Pin to go. Pinned again. Pinned you again. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Here he comes. Oh no, puzzle time. Terrible, terrible, terrible timing. That's not the right button anyway. Puzzle time, it's puzzle time.
Ladies and gentlemen, Caden Thunder!
Hello.
Oh my god, it's Caden Thunder.
Surprise! It's me. How's everyone doing during this? How are you enjoying the stream? Been a while. It has been a while. I'm here.
You've had the plague.
I had the plague. I was struck down by the gods of old. How are you guys? How have you guys been doing? Have you guys been enjoying the stories? We got some crazy stories today. When I was reading over them.
Dusties?
I'm so excited for the Dusties.
You found bloopers, right?
Yeah. I have a reel of bloopers lined up for you guys that are great. You know, it's got a lot of good moments in there. My rap.
Your rap is in there?
Yeah. Sprinkled in.
I'm excited.
My rap, you know.
I want to know what your hoodie says.
I don't know what my hoodie says. I have no idea. I should probably figure that out. I have lots of pieces of clothing and I don't know what they say. So
Looks like it says prunes.
maybe it says prunes. I think it says that. I could get behind that. That's a message I could get behind.
Promises. Promises.
I got moderately dressed up for the Dusties. I'm wearing like a sweater and jeans, and that's more dressed up than I usually get. So, I got moderate. I went to like a nice Thanksgiving lunch dressed up. That's what I was dressed as. So, you know, a nice Thanksgiving lunch. Maybe the day before Christmas. The day after, not Christmas.
What are we talking about?
Oh, my outfit for the Dusties.
Oh.
Speaking of rap, are you excited for Kendrick?
Yeah, and I'm really excited for the Super Bowl halftime performance. It's going to be great. It's going to be amazing. Everyone should watch it. I will be watching it.
You say I won't be?
I will.
Oh, okay.
I will.
You better be.
I will be watching it. I'm excited for the halftime performance. I am. Yeah.
The Dusty's halftime performance?
The Dusty's halftime performance. Dusty Thunder is going to perform. They not like...
No, I mean, there being a halftime performance
Dust.
like during the Dusties on Monday.
Oh, yeah.
That's
That'd be
what I was
cool.
talking about.
Yeah.
Kendrick's doing that one too. Isn't
Yeah, Kendrick will be there too.
Yeah. He said he'd be there.
Oh, you heard Taylor? Well, we couldn't get Taylor, so Kendrick was second choice.
Second choice.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's like,
nice enough.
It was-
Got them together.
It was third choice. We asked Keanu Reeves first.
Hey, Ruth, thanks for the Joy Bean. That was very cool. Jolie the Joy Bean. All right, ladies and gents, Caden Thunder. You blast him back off to his space station there. Blast him back off. Ted's gonna dance. Oh, for our halftime show? I think it's a great idea. Ted should dance for the halftime show. Margarita with a jewel for a hundo, or with a high five for a hundo jewels there. Thank you so much. Okay, we'll dive into our next story here. Which direction am I getting directed, El Tony?
3.
3? Now is time for story 3. Hey there, it's Dusty with another story for you. This one is titled, Am I the Astronaut for Changing My Mind on Wanting Kids and Saying I've Never Been More Disappointed in My Wife? Context doesn't, without context, just title alone, sounds pretty terrible. Well, and yeah, we've got some kind of theme going on about shitty parents and kids, apparently. That's the theme today.
Yeah, sorry.
My gosh.
Well, you know when you find this, you gotta.
Oh gosh. That's a real protective services Wednesday over here. Yeah, that sounds like a really, really terrible thing to say. I'm gonna keep an ask on one out here. Title again was, Am I the Astronaut for Changing My Mind on Wanting Kids, end quotes, and saying, end quotes again, I've never been more disappointed, end quotes, in my wife. Oof.
What if she did something to disappoint?
Yeah, there is, I'm sure, some kind of really horrible scenario where it makes all of this 100% warranted. Without that information, just on its own, it's like 95% terrible, right? That 5% likelihood situation is probably this one. We'll see. Ascon 1 took the cake. Oh, what did you do?
I lost my earring battery. Yes.
Oh, boy. Oh, there's part of it underneath the chair.
The earring.
You need a flashlight?
No, I just lost the back. It's not here though.
Okay. We'll hunt for it in a bit.
Oh, I found it. It's under the Jesse's desk.
Oh, okay. All right, let's dive into it. My wife and I are both 27. We got married at 21. I know that's young. We never wanted kids and agreed to it. In August, my wife's sister and her husband died. We have taken care of their kids, 6 and 3, since. She is a godmother to the 6-year-old and I'm a godfather to the 3-year-old. We had a really good relationship with their parents. Her husband was my pub/football buddy, etc. We recently were asked about our intentions with the kids. We had a huge fight. She wants to put them in foster care, but I don't. Financially, we're very good. No debt. Own our home, inherited. I have a successful business. She has been very successful so far in her job, etc. She said she doesn't want to be tied down to kids. I said, it wouldn't have been my first choice either, but they're family. She said, I knew you'd change your mind on kids. I was like, I didn't change my mind. The circumstances changed. I asked her if she didn't see a duty to them, and she said, no. Time out real quick. Being a godparent is something that like somebody just throws at you, right? That's something that they ask you if you are willing to take the title of, and you say yes or no, correct? So she agreed to this. She accepted the responsibility when she said yes to that. And now, rather than being upfront back then and saying no so they could find somebody else who would take care of these kids, she's changing her mind and wants to put them in foster care? Yeah, that's a red flag. She said they'll get a family maybe with kids already in the home and they'll be better off. And I said if they don't get a family or if they get a family, that isn't great. She said, I'm not caring for them. The ball's in your court. I asked if she was 100% certain. She said, yeah. I was honestly shocked and I said, I've never been disappointed in her. She said, likewise. We have never argued ever. Maybe a fun argument over what show to watch. Now we aren't even talking. We still give each other a morning kiss and cuddle, but that's about it. Selfishly, there's a tiny part of me wondering if she would feel any responsibility to me if something happened to me. I know that's unfair. I also find it incredibly heartless. The eldest still cries many nights. You can see the sadness in him. To say into foster care you go, au revoir, it's mind-blowing to me. Just for balance, I do love her, and she's a great woman. Am I the astronaut? Hold up. How can you say all of this shit and be like, she's a great woman? No, she's not. No. To have the capacity to say, yeah, I know I accepted this job like way back when. Honestly, I thought it was just like a title. And I don't want these kids, send them into the system. Does that sound like great woman material to you? No. No. That's what I'm saying, Wonder Woman. Take the kids. Take the kids and run. Okay, it gets complicated because he's only a godparent to one of them, right? I don't know how that would work, but yes. You know what? Live your best life as a dad to these kids. I understand that's a tall order. I get it. But it's the right thing to do. And I think you doing anything other than that would live a life full of regret. She somehow will not. I don't know how. This is a Horcrux moment. Edit.
Oh, there's an edit?
Edit.
And it'd be really irrelevant.
Let's not come after my wife. She's been through a lot. Buddy, wait, hold up. What? We disagree, but some of the language is disgusting. If you think it's AI crap, then move on. I'm sick of seeing it. I've enough to be dealing with without you spamming that. Godparent equals guardian where we live. My godparents wouldn't have been my legal guardian, but we are family. Another edit. Wait, hold on. Is he saying godparent does not equal guardian where we live? My godparents wouldn't have been my legal guardian, but we are family. I don't know. Another edit. I'm logging off so I won't be answering. I hoped for a bit of help. The spamming was just too much. I suppose don't look for advice from online. Thanks to the people who were kind enough, even if they don't agree with my ultimate decision, being to prioritize my wife. Sorry if I didn't reply. Top comment. NAH. Not asshole. Yet. Would you be willing to parent these children without your wife? If so, then it's time to talk to a lawyer. If not, then it's time to talk to a couples counselor. If you are determined to be these children's parent, you will be doing it alone. Your wife has made it clear there are zero circumstances under which she wants to be a parent. You will wind up either divorced or the children will grow up knowing they are unwanted orphans. If you are not willing to parent those children alone, you're still going to have to deal with that. You're going to resent her until the decision sits right with you, and that might be never. Next day edit. For the audience hung up on the meaning of the term godparent, check OP's edit. Your version is not going to change OP's version or the degree of commitment implied, nor is it at all relevant to my guidance. The situation is what it is. Okay, yeah, the situation is what it is, even if there's no legal obligation here. Whenever you accepted the title, you accepted the job. You can say no to somebody asking if you will be the godparent to their child. You can say no. But right now, OP, you're the only one willing. So what are you going to do? Like, I know that in your mind, you're in fucking denial about the amount of evil that resides within your wife. To be able to take the gig and then renege on it after the fact. And be willing to send these kids into the system because she fucked up. And you're ignoring all of this and be like, she's a great woman. You're in denial on that. I understand that. You don't want to accept it because the woman you love and never argue with and see as a perfect fucking angel has a demon that you just saw for the first time and you are in denial about it. I understand that. But at some point, the reality of this is going to settle in and you are going to see that and you are going to see the fork in the road, which is I am going to take the lit path that looks hard as hell and choose to be a father to these two kids who have no one else. Or I'm going to choose to walk alongside my clearly selfish and self-absorbed wife and leave these kids to go into the system. Also, by the way, this decision plants a seed for something that's going to happen later on this dark path. She's already chosen herself to the detriment of other human beings once. Who's to say it won't happen again? There's a degree of risk you have to accept going down that path. And also accepting the damage to your soul that ignoring the lit path is going to do here. You know what the right decision is. What are you going to do? I can't even remember the question. The question was, am I the astronaut for changing my mind on wanting kids and saying I've never been more disappointed in my wife? We were dead wrong. It is an NTA, yet I agree with the commenter. You're NTA for that specifically. For deciding you do want kids and saying you're disappointed in your wife more so than ever before? Yeah. Where you go in this situation can still determine a lot. Title-wise, NTA. Complex situation-wise, TBD. The right decision is almost always the harder one. Tilda and Maggie. Yeah. I would say it appears to be. But the damage that the easy decision, the wrong choice ends up doing, in the long run, the right decision is almost always less work. It takes the same amount of effort to choose right or to choose wrong.
Based off of the comments, he is sounding like he's definitely going to choose his wife in this situation.
Based on the comments, it sounds like he's going to choose his wife in this situation.
Now where would you rank it?
A lot of it just keeps saying, like, arguing people. He's like, I feel like I have to side with my wife.
Right there with her. Okay, he's looking at the situation and saying, I gave two parties my word. Obviously, the word that I gave to my wife would supersede all others. That's the direction that he's taking this.
Like this one.
Then he's an ask on one because he did the same thing and took the gig and then said he didn't want it. When it involves the welfare of children, that's an ask on one move. It's worse. I don't have worse on my scale yet.
And he's saying, like, he's done most of the work this whole time anyway. Blah, blah, blah. Apparently, her father died earlier in the year as well, so she's not doing great with that.
Okay. Like, there's nothing justifies that. Bay Fox dropping the $10 super on the YouTube side said, it sounded like to me in the second edit, he said he was siding with his wife's, in which case, ask on ghouls.
He says his sister also says that he was the asshole and should take his wife's decision. So he's getting it from his family.
So, okay, he's getting flack from his family now.
Man.
This one says,
Hey, wait, hold on.
She isn't
Will you swing your mic over?
gonna work.
I'm like, if you say much
Sorry.
more, we're gonna have to get your mic turned on.
So, like one comment, he was replying to somebody talking bad about his wife. He says, she's my wife. She's not a worthless scumbag. I wouldn't be happy about it, but I love her and I made vows. So that goes back to the whole he's just sticking with.
So where does your word matter and where does it not? Because he made a vow when he chose to become a godparent as well. So which vow is unbreakable? Which one's more important? Sorry. Oh, yeah, I was shaking shit. It's garbage. All right, is that all you got? Yep. Then it goes right up there, right up to ask on one. I mean,
Oh, here, sorry, I do.
hold on. Okay.
He said, I don't think staying and keeping the kids is an option. I'll hate it, but I made vows to my wife and we'll work through giving up the kids. I do love her.
And now these two kids, the people who accepted the responsibility of taking care of them if something ever happened to their parents, have no one. Cool. I thought Wednesdays were like more goofy fun, Tony Spark. I thought. All right, where am I bouncing next? 448. We got one more.
Let's go ahead and do that best.
Okay, we're gonna do a best Redditor update story.
What?
It's very fun.
Do you not want?
No, it's great. Go
Why
for
did
it.
you laugh?
We're going for it.
I thought it was Wednesday.
Taking a drinky break. Angel, I saw that you were heading out because work needed you. Thanks for hanging out with us if you're still around. Yeah, those kids could be separated. Yeah, let's hope they end up with a good CASA that can stick with them as they move through that whole system and be some sort of stability for them.
And actually, if you want,
There is no Sunday left.
I guess I'll use it next week.
There you go. Punt it.
I mean, this is not a happy, funny story either.
Hoi.
It's wild though.
This is a wild one.
Yeah, this best
Okay.
update is pretty wild.
We're going to Best Reverted or Update land, y'all. Let's do it. Hey there, it's Dusty with a Best Reverted or Update story for you. This one is my 30 female student, 18 male, made a super creepy comment. My husband, 35 male, thinks I'm being paranoid. Trigger warnings: stalking, harassment, invasion of privacy. There might be some substance behind her creeper factor going off here then. No poll for this one. Originally posted January 21st, 2025. I'm a high school English teacher and have been for a few years. In that time, as a woman, I've been used to teenage boys behaving awkwardly around me sometimes, and pheromones are a part of the deal. There have been occasional comments, but generally the vein of Miss So-and-so has a crush on you, or Miss, would you be so-and-so's Valentine? It's all in good humor. Well, look, there it is, being a Valentine. I'll be damned. It's all in good humor in front of the whole class or a large group and is well-meaning. My school throws a January ball for seniors, 16 to 18, which is basically an opportunity to celebrate the start of another calendar year. As it's after hours, not every teacher has to attend, and this year I was asked to chaperone. There is no alcohol permitted, but obviously some of them sneak hip flasks and so on. During this month's ball, 2 students were huddled at a table in the corner of the hall, not dancing, just keeping to themselves. I know them well as problematic students who have difficulty socially, but also perform poorly academically, so they don't fit in with the popular crowd or the nerdy lot. We have some of these every year: poor hygiene, greasy hair, long fingernails, that sort of thing. Immediately I could tell that they had been drinking from the way they spoke and smelled, and asked them to hand over the alcohol they had. One of the boys, call him Stuart, started protesting. He said the following, and I'm 100% sure this is what he actually said. "Come on, miss, don't pretend you won't open up that bottle of Bailey's when you get home, feet up in your dressing gown watching the new TV. Give us a break." Either that's a completely random statement, or maybe he's a really good guesser, or somebody's got a stalker. Now, as soon as he said this, I felt my heart drop into my stomach and got cold all over. I had just bought a bottle of Bailey's Irish Cream for myself the weekend before the dance. I am in the habit on nights where I don't have much marking or planning and want to treat myself of having a bath and watching a movie or series in my dressing gown. My husband bought a new television over Christmas. I asked him how he knew these things, and he feigned ignorance, basically saying it was a lucky guess. I was so shaken that I left them, and a short while later they both left. But that night I could barely sleep, and my paranoia kept growing. I simply cannot believe that he would have guessed all 3 of those things. One maybe, but no way all 3. My husband is away for work currently. I phoned and told him about it, and he basically downplayed my concerns, saying I probably mentioned those things to my class at various points, and this student has just remembered it, but I would never mention those things. I just wouldn't, and I'm sure I haven't. I've become more skittish at home when I hear noises. I only live in a small house, but when I arrive home from buying groceries, I check every single room and cupboard before I lock the doors. I've also arranged to have the locks changed. When cars stop outside the house, I turn all the lights off and peek at them through the blinds. I'm having trouble sleeping. In class, this student is quiet and the same as ever, not completing homework assignments, distracted in class. My husband is growing increasingly. Damn it, I was doing okay till increasingly. My husband is growing increasingly exasperated and worried for my mental health than the possibility that this student could somehow know details of my personal life. I mentioned it to my supervisor as well, and she also basically reasoned that I had either misheard what he said, it was a coincidence, or a combination of the two. Hold on. OP's spoken up? Okay, first, to her husband, who multiple times downplayed it. Ugh. And then goes to a supervisor to show a concern and gets dismissed as well. So not only is she feeling threatened and like she's being watched, she's also being made to feel like she's crazy for feeling threatened and like she's being watched. This would be enough to make anybody crazy. What's the play here? I'm seriously freaked out and don't know how to even begin putting this to rest. There is an update. Before we get into that, thoughts. Megan, admin doesn't want to do more paperwork. Elise, how are so many people dismissing that? I don't know. I don't know. Not that Ellen. Why do men always think we're crazy? We notice shit men do not always notice. We can feel the creepy vibe from a mile away. Yeah. The vibe is a thing. Guys, it's a thing. And whatever antenna is installed to be able to pick up on it, either like we just don't have one or I just don't have one. Yeah.
Candy Thunder is like digital streaming, and I'm over here bunnying all the time. I'm like, I'm not picking up that shit.
We have to.
I understand. Okay, so it's built out of necessity because you have to, and I understand that. But look, as your husband, if you had told this to me, you know the first discussion that we would be having, and that would be to make sure that you are physically well defended, right? Like physically protected.
You would not dismiss me.
I would not dismiss you. We would immediately do everything that we could and then figure out how to do more. Hubby fail.
Dusty would be visiting this student.
Hubby fail hard. I would begin working in the shadows quickly. Hubby fail hard. Supervisor fail hard too. What is happening? The people that she's supposed to be able to depend on here are the ones failing her. Like, what the? Here's the update. I wasn't expecting this post to receive so much attention. I'm really grateful to so many people who have validated my concerns and helped me develop a plan of action. I got home a little while ago and I'm going out shortly with a friend to try to rule out Bluetooth and Wi-Fi devices with my neighbors. After that, the two of us will try and conduct a meticulous search of the house for any concealed devices, using the lights out phone camera trick some people recommended and some other tips I found online. Just to clarify, a couple of points that I've seen raised a few times. Dressing gown is a really common term here in England for what Americans might call a robe. It's absolutely common parlance. Is parlance a word? Parlance? Parlance! That's how we'd say it here. Parlance. Here, most people I know would associate a robe with something a wizard might wear. Understood. In terms of it being a lucky guess, if he had just said relax with a glass of wine, I might have assumed so. But the dressing gown comment plus the Bailey's comment when I had just bought a bottle and the explicit mention of a new television, which I am 100% certain I did not misinterpret, these things make it so much harder to write off as a coincidence. As far as social media goes, I have Instagram, which is set to private under my maiden name, and my profile picture is not of me. I am not in the habit of connecting with former students. I only have 3 who have all gone on to study English at university and have used me as references. I also have a Snapchat, which I only use with my husband and very close friends. I have posted nothing about my new television, and I also don't think I've mentioned this to my colleagues, let alone students. Certainly, I said nothing about the Baileys I just bought. Relevant comments. I mean, what if this kid lives right across the street and sees the trash that they set out? Like TV box, easy to see. Bailey's, empty bottle, maybe. But no, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If the hackles are up, the hackles are up. The defenses go up too. Relevant comments. 1, is it possible that you or your husband were observed buying the new TV in the Baileys? The student's parents could have seen either purchase and said, OP just got a new LG 65-inch. I agree you should do a sweep for cameras or ask a techish friend for help, but that would necessitate figuring out how the cameras got there, which opens up a larger conspiracy. OP's response, how do I do a sweep for cameras? Genuinely want to know. Response, well, I'm not in IT. Well, I'm in IT, but not that area. If there was a camera, logically, it would have to be transmitting, so probably using a Wi-Fi connection. I've read that skimmers in gas station credit card payment units can send data through Wi-Fi so the bad actor doesn't have to retrieve it. That Wi-Fi should show up on your phone if you look at various Wi-Fi offerings on your phone. You'd have to take into consideration closeness of neighbor's house and their routers, so it's a guess. How a camera got there is another puzzle. Occam's razor says to look at the easier likelihood. So, can someone be looking in your window as you sip Bailey's in a nightgown and also noticed your recycle bin with your disregarded LG TV box recently? 2, I'm not a huge techie, but I've been around the block a few times. Your husband is being naive. And while I appreciate people trying to encourage you that the surveillance is happening via Wi-Fi or Bluetooth, and of course investigate those avenues, please also take seriously the idea that you are being stalked. Even stalking for fun with no malicious intent. I mentioned in a separate comment the idea of a dog, and there are also many DIY ways of alarming or otherwise reinforcing your house that don't involve tech if you look on YouTube, for example. Hope you stay safe. All right, there's an update. There is an update. Love Your Nails Boo said it's the new TV. That's not a guess thing. You'd have to know that. But that, I mean, seeing the box at the curb and a drive-by, like they don't have to see in the house to know. There are other ways to know that, but I'm with you. I'm with you. The three things together can only mean visual stalking, in my opinion. Bay Fox with a $5 super on the YouTube side said, it starts with she's paranoid and ends with, why didn't she say something after the worst happens? That's why you don't fuck around. Update January 26th, 2025. I wasn't going to post an update here, but the number of worried people who have reached out to me made me reconsider. After a thorough search of my house, I found 2 devices. Fuck. They seem to be camera devices. I don't know if audio is included. One of them was in the smoke detector in my bedroom, while the other was concealed in the wall of my living room. Looking at an old picture of my bedroom, it looks like the smoke detector itself has changed very slightly. I think that the new one is a device in itself, which the culprit somehow switched out with the old one without us noticing. The matter has now been referred to the police. If it wasn't for so many of you taking me seriously and giving me practical advice, I would not have had the courage to check, especially given my husband downplaying the concerns. Yeah, how's he doing now? He has been very apologetic and is coming back from his work trip early, but I've asked to spend some time apart and will be staying at my parents' for a while. Oh, that's how he's doing. Deserves it. I'm glad I raised the issue with the head at my school and a couple of others, as there's a paper trail, another suggestion from the thread. Needless to say, I'm completely shaken to my core, and I have the most revolting feeling of my privacy being invaded. I have no idea how many people have been involved in this, but phones have been taken from students, and we should have more answers soon. I won't be making any more posts or updates. Thank you again to everyone for affirming me and making me feel sane. Hey, hell yeah, guess what? Reddit is probably the only thing that prevented this woman from actually going insane. And how long had this been going on? And one of the kids had to be drunk to slip up and say something. And hubby completely dismissed it. Supervisor completely dismissed it. The only person or people or group that she was in contact with that did not dismiss it was fucking Reddit. Validated. Tater, what do you think? The rage I would feel as a husband, like confirming that somebody was doing shit like this, would lead to action.
How do you know that the husband isn't in on it? Or the husband isn't posting video footage of his wife, or that doesn't. Here's the thing: as a woman, when I go outside of my home, I am on high alert, especially if he is not with me. I'm on high alert to protect my kids, but if I'm by myself, I'm on even more high alert. And if I come home and I don't have reassurance and feel safe in my own home, then what the fuck point is there in having this husband there who just completely dismisses my fears, which are rational fears, because as a woman, you have to pay attention and you have to know your surroundings and you have to watch what's going on. And that is the fucking world that we live in. That equality will never happen in those things. There will never not be moments where a woman does not have to be on high alert when she is alone in public or alone in public with her kids. When I am with him, I don't have to feel that way. But I would never stay in a marriage where a man dismissed my concerns for my own safety. Because you are the one fucking person who is supposed to want to be there and protect me as much as I want to protect myself. And it pisses me off so bad that I have to teach my daughters how to be aware of their surroundings, because it fucking sucks. And it sucks that their safety is like, it just sucks. It sucks for women to have to face this shit, and for someone that you marry who's supposed to protect you not to be there. Like, that fucking sucks. That would make me want to leave that person.
His being suspect in this completely took me off guard, because I can't fathom doing that to the person that you pledged your love to and you're supposed to be doing life with. Like, you don't deserve her. You deserve jail time, and you deserve whatever's going to happen to you in cell block D, because those guys, when they get whiff of this, will take care of it.
It's and I didn't mean to derail the story from what it is, but God, it's, I was at the store the other night, and it was the first time. Normally it's like all of us, or Ava is with me, and I found myself by myself at the store, and like, those, like, you just feel there's this level of fear that you feel when you are alone in a dark parking lot, car parked by yourself. Like, there's this level of fear, and that level of fear that is a norm for women really fucking sucks.
And you got back home and asked me.
I asked him, I'm like, do you feel that when you're alone in a dark parking lot at night? Do you feel like you always have to be aware of, like, who's walking towards you or who's around you or what they're doing? And he said no.
No, I will naturally be aware of my surroundings, but I don't have that. It's not out of like a fear though.
Right.
It's not because it's not out of fear. It's out of just general awareness. Like, I'm going to keep an eye on what's going on around me, but not because I'm immediately suspecting people. You know what I mean?
Right.
Not because I have to fear. I don't go through that.
Right.
I don't have that the hair on the back of my neck does not stand up. You know what I mean? I don't get the vibe. I don't.
And it did. And it happened to me. There was a man who gave me he was by himself, and he walked out, and he was walking towards where my car is. And I looked up because I heard footsteps, and I saw him, and we made eye contact. And it was like a moment where I was just like uncertain, because I don't know who this man is. I don't know. And he's the only car that's parked there, and he walked to his car. But in that moment, I was like, he probably feels uncertain too, because I'm a woman by myself. And like, there was this thing, but he did nothing, he did nothing wrong in that moment. But there is that fear where you're just the fear of the unknown, the fear that we've been conditioned in our lives to, because every woman has a fucking story. Every woman has been made to feel uncomfortable in her own skin. And I hate it. I hate that feeling. I hate that feeling and we all have a reason for that feeling. And I hate that part. And I think that's probably what makes me the most upset. And I hate that this woman didn't have the support that she needed from at work. She didn't have the support at home. Her neighbor and Reddit stepped up. Her neighbor helped her find the cameras, not her husband. The husband dismissed her, and which makes me think that he fucking knows something.
Yeah,
I don't know. It
doesn't
just
look good
feels
for
weird.
him.
Feels weird.
Does not look good for him. And regardless, he doesn't deserve to keep her.
Right.
You know what I mean? Regardless, he failed.
No, he doesn't. He failed her in a moment where she needed him to be what he was supposed to be for her. Yep.
What is this Wednesday show you've set up here, Tony Smart?
I'm gonna tell
All
you.
serious and dark.
I'm gonna give you a Navy tidbit. A savage Navy tidbit.
Oh, yeah. Here you go.
Last night, Navy wanted me to look at something in the dining room, and I was in the living room, and she was turning my head, and she got to the part where I can't turn my head anymore. And she's like, why? And I'm like, well, because my neck will break. And she's like, what happens if your neck breaks? And I'm like, well, I die. And she was like, well, what happens if you die? Like, she's 3. She doesn't really understand that in any way, shape, or form. And I was like, well, I wouldn't be here anymore. I wouldn't see you and you wouldn't see me. And she's like, oh, well, I don't want that. And then she was like, I don't want my daddy to die. And I'm like, no, we're not. Nothing's going to happen. Nothing's wrong. But I had my hair up and I had on like a wider neck sweatshirt. And there's a mole on the side of my neck. And she said, she gets really quiet and she just looks at me for a second. She's like, I want that mole to die. And I was like, which means she never wants to see it again. She does not like moles. She doesn't. And I was like, I didn't even know what to say, but I'm like, that's just a savage toddler for you. They have no filter. They don't understand. She just thought, I don't ever want to see that again. And I was like, well, I guess I'll be making an appointment with a dermatologist to appease my child. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
My God.
It's like I'm on the side of my neck that it's always one of those things where you're like, I really don't like it, but I'm not going to do anything about it. But I want that mole to die. And I'm like, me too. Me too.
While intending to remove your mole, she snaps your neck. She's just like, whack. Wrong one.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
There's your funny story for the day. And I was like, Navy. But
I want that mold.
Yeah, they are so humbling. Toddlers are very...
And ruthless, yes.
And Ava has one. What did she say? This is one like a year ago. But I tried to get her to wear a pair of my shorts. And Ava tried them on. And I was like, see, they look so cute on you. And she's like, yeah, they look cute for a millennial. And I was like...
That's not the story. That
You hear her in the back.
like some dramatic...
That is the story.
Mom, you have a charger?
I was like, that is the story. They were high-waisted. I get it. Low rise is back in.
Hi.
For a millennial.
She's still bitching. She's still bitching about them. Millennial fashion is so different from Gen Z fashion. But you know what? I tried for a year to get this girl to wear wide leg jeans, and she would not do it. And now she only wears wide leg jeans. So I feel like I was right about some things. Yeah. The millennial thing, I use it all the time on her. I'm like, yeah, this is cute for a millennial, right? Ava defending herself.
You got to take the dubs where you can get them as a parent, right? You got to take them dubs wherever you can. That's right. All right, we're going to go ahead and start transitioning over to VIP. You're apologizing?
Well, and they're not going to hit the goals.
Come on up, Tony Spark.
I apologize for the heaviness of the stories today. Oops.
You don't have to apologize. We still make them.
Okay,
good,
you want to
good
know
fun.
the difference? Here's the difference between myself and Candy Thunder and Dusty Thunder. I don't look at the very deep side of the stories. So, like, I just look at it in surface level, and I'm like, whoa, this is a crazy story. I was like, this is crazy. I don't look at it in the deep side of the story.
You said that.
Yeah. Sorry.
Are you still bitching about the pants?
She told the story. I'm sorry, she insulted me twice.
Sorry.
And then said,
You know what, though? But you guys like the spicy stories and stuff like that. So if I just had, fluffy, light, it wouldn't be as good. So you guys like the juicy stories.
No, yeah.
I'm sorry.
This was no. It was a good
The order
change
of
pace.
them kind of got a little, there's a lot of things in once.
This was a good change of pace, and you know what? You're right. We do like deep dive on it and try to dissect it and look at all the ripple effects, and that's where the darkness lies. With
I look
these.
at the surface level of it, and I don't analyze it as deeply, and that's where a story that I think is like, whoa, this is kind of crazy.
Dry January Plus is turning you dark. You're turning dark, Tony.
Yeah.
You got to fix that shit this weekend.
Sorry.
Dig deep. All right, I'm gonna get our outro music going on here.
All right, go Chiefs.
Go Chiefs! Hey, we're gonna set up for
3
VIP.
in a row, I think. Those are 3
Give
in
us
a row.
about 10-15 minutes. We'll get set up for VIP, and then we'll see you here shortly.
3
right?
in a row. 3 winners. We got.
Whoa.
That was loud.
Wow.
It's a lot of
they're up
rings.
there acting like Candy Thunder.
Yeah. Anyway, go Chiefs.
Thumping around.
Go Chiefs.
Let me give some
Sorry, Bills.
give some thanks. Give some thanks here as we take ourselves out here. Not take ourselves out. Oh my goodness, no. Candy White with the Rose, Jenny is the ice cream cone and the football there. Mama Bear, Brooke Binkley, Stacy Lynn, Megan, mother of 8. 8. I think I said that last time too. Mary and her dogs, Tammy, Ryan, Angie, MX Manners, or Ms. Manners, Candy Koala, user 910, lots of numbers, Boy Mom, PB Panda, June with the ice cream cone again there, Bailey Chapman, Becky Poirier, Rolls for the people, Lacey Lex, Angie535, Lacey Lex, and the Goshak and fam. Heck yeah, I'm glad that worked out. Doroshko, Hanny B, Gloria Torres, Doroshko, Joey G, Crystal Williams, Bailey Chapman, Ruth Jones, Paula. Thank you guys so much. Kara Z, see you up there as well. Thank you so much. Adele McFadden, Ms. Beans, Max, Savage Karma. Thank you, thank you. What's that?
Read your outro notes.
Oh, I have outro notes. He's reminding me. Can we rehire Ava? And to be very, we'll see. Outro notes. Very important to read. We will not be doing a live next Sunday, this coming Sunday, because we'll be watching the Chiefs win the 3rd Super Bowl. Back to back. 3-peat, baby. So no stream Sunday night. And we're not doing it Monday night either because the Dusties get dropped Sunday night, 7 p.m. at YouTube exclusively. And then right after the Dusties live, you'll get to watch a brand new episode of the Imperfect Storms podcast with Candy Thunder and I using the new home studio for the first time in an actual show here. Are you nervous about it? It's different.
Feels like
We'll see what you think.
Good.
Be sure to subscribe on the YouTube side and check it out. If you haven't checked it out, seriously, go check it out. There's a whole lot more content over there. Subscribing on that side is just like following on TikTok. It is free to do. There is a paid membership that has a whole bunch of exclusive content for you there that you could explore as well. Don't forget the Dusties return with a live premiere on Monday, February 10th at 7 p.m. Central Time on YouTube. If you haven't seen the teaser, go check it out. We'll have a new teaser out for you here in just a couple days. And we'll see our VIPs here in about 10 to 15 minutes. See you all next time. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today. Am listed as Dusty Thunder there as well. You can use the Linktree link in my bio to get there fastest. Maybe.
Yeah, Monday at 7 p.m.
Monday, 7 p.m.
Central.
Central Time. All right, we'll see you next time.